I've got skills, they don't know where to use me. I'm like the best dressed dude at the nude beach. Nice to meet you. I am more the quiet type, I tend to be a shyer guy. Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday. It's noon. That's when we stream. Everyone knows this. Hey, good time, everybody. It's Sunday. It's been a big weekend for Bug Hunter, and here I am live. I'm a bit exhausted, in a way. There's a lot of adrenaline that goes into releasing a song that you've been working on for a very long time, especially as we're gearing up to do even more of that soon. But hey, we released a song on Friday, and many of you were there for the premiere shortly before that on Thursday night. It was very fun. Y'all seem to really enjoy the song, which I'm happy about. I know that there's a wide array of music that Bug Hunter puts out, from the silly and absurd to the serious, and so I always get a little like, what if, everybody's hoping for like a downer, and then I put out something silly and then they don't like it, but y'all seem to have my back, let me experiment with different styles and ideas. So thanks everybody for supporting me once again. This has been our biggest release that we've done thus far. We just crossed 10,000 streams on Spotify just like an hour ago. So that's huge. It's the fastest we've ever gotten to 10,000. I still remember releasing Dear McCracken in 2017, a little over 6 years ago, and it took a couple of months, and all of a sudden, it was like 6 months later, we were at 10,000 streams, and I was like, that's crazy. We've hit 5 digits on like a song that I put out into the world, and then we just did that in less than 3 days. So yeah, crazy, just crazy. Anyways, my name is Bug. I'm in a band called Bug Hunter. We are known for songs like Disco in the Panic Room, Dear McCracken, Too Bad, Too Bad for the Ghost, and now Shocking Plot Twist, which feels good to be able to talk about it. I think the last time we chatted, I still hadn't revealed the name of it yet, because I didn't want people to be able to speculate too long on what the song was about before they heard it. So I'm pretty sure I said the name of the song about 4 seconds before the premiere. Yeah, so I'm glad y'all like the song. I will. My intention is to play it at some point during the stream, but I probably won't lead with it. Yeah, but here's what my stream is. If you're kind of new to a stream, you haven't been to one before, maybe you just kind of got on board with Shocking Plot Twist, or kind of got back into the Bug Hunter world from Shocking Plot Twist. I stream, I say hello, I talk, I chat, I answer questions, I talk about what's going on in the Bug Hunter world, and currently that is a lot. And then I play some songs. I play some Bug Hunter songs. So I have a wheel. So why don't we just start with a song? We'll use the wheel and get things rolling. Here's my wheel. It has different albums written on it. I might experiment with what I actually write in these things. I just was like, yeah, I'll just put the different albums in it, but maybe I can get more specific with kind of different songs. Maybe I'll start the stream by like writing things on the wheel and then spinning them, and that might be fun. But anyways, I'm not gonna do that now because I've already written on them. Let's go ahead and spin it. Let's see what we got. Looks like we're doing, that looks like rough draft, everybody. I need to get a little pointer, but let's do a rough draft song, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna play this. This song, I played it on tour in July, more than I thought I was going to, because I remembered, as soon as I play it once, I remember how much I enjoy the song. Where I feel like a lot of I don't know. I feel like it's a little under the radar. But then I play it and people seem to really like it. So this this song is about time. It's called Go With The Flow. In a room, it didn't look like this. It had much more lower ceilings and it was delicately lit. I couldn't shake an old girlfriend on my mind, so I was dancing to our old song, the new one. And there's no room for her inside my head. We haven't spoke for 8 years, I still feel her fingerprints. Cause she laid back and I a little while. She'd spout her little maxims as she had to calm me down. She'd say, go with the flow, with the flow, with the path. You hope for the best and you take what you have. And I have a paddle and a bad idea of the wrong way. And I heard she's married now. There's no word for the emotion that I felt when I found out. It was fiery but casual, like words put in my mouth, an indifference to some news that would have killed my former self. But no, not now, and I hate how that makes me feel. It undercuts the present like my passions aren't as real. Cause time will revise both the perfect and the broken, so I have to write a song to keep a snapshot of the moment. With the flow, with the path. You hope for the best, you take what you have. And I have a paddle and a bad idea of the wrong way. Go with the flow, with the flow, with the path. You hope for the best, you take what you have. And I have a paddle and a bad idea of the wrong way. And I chose self-medicating woes, not separating causes from the subsequent results. And I know there's better antidote than choking on the fits and tantrums I would always throw. And I hope that I will always grow, but I'ma cut the tongue out of the next one who says go with the flow, with the flow, with the path. You hope for the best and you take what you have. And I have a battle and a bad idea of the wrong way. Go with the flow, with the path. You hope for the best, you take what you have. And I have a battle and a bad idea of the wrong way. In a room, it looked a lot like this. I told a bunch of strangers stuff I really shouldn't admit. Thanks, everybody. That song's called Go With The Flow. Here's what I'm gonna say. There is, given that this is the first stream after Shocking Plot Twist came out, I think there's very little point in keeping up the no spoiler kind of policy that I've had around the song, because this is my first opportunity to talk about it. So I am suspending the no spoiler rule for this chat. But before anybody spoils anything, if you have not heard our new song Shocking Plot Twist and you are watching this, click the link below in the thing and you only get to listen to the song for the first time once. So if you have not heard it and you're going to sit here for 4 minutes anyway, I know you have time to watch it, go watch it now, and then come back. So that's the last warning I can give. Otherwise, I would love to be able to chat more about the song. Anyways, we're gonna do a cozy Q&A, and if you have questions about Shocking Plot Twist, I'm probably gonna be talking about it So, anyways, this is the last warning, and I apologize to anybody who joins in 10 seconds who didn't hear that. So, anyways, let's do a little cozy Q&A. People have questions. I'll chat a little bit about shocking plot twist and how I've been feeling about the release. So, if you have questions, throw them in the comments now. So, shocking plot twist, I have been sitting on for about 18 months. I think I wrote it in January of 2022. So I think I wrote it around the time that I wrote Too Bad, Too Bath, and a Ghost. I think Too Bad, Too Bath, and a Ghost I wrote in October, and Shocking Plot Twist I kind of not finalized, but like had a working draft in January, 3 months later. But both ideas had been kind of circling in my head for a little bit. So Fred wants to know, probably been asked before, how do you come up with the idea? So originally my idea for the song was I thought it'd be fun to write a song, a very silly song about a dinosaur that misses the last rocket off of Earth. Just kind of a surreal, kind of silly song. And then as I sat and thought about that idea more, I was like, wait a minute, this is a song. It's only audio. There might be a more interesting way to tell this story than than how I'm thinking of it now. And then when I kind of came up with the chords in that little chorus, the shocking plot twist idea, it felt like, hey, maybe I can tell a longer story here and have a little fun with it. So. And a lot of what this next album is going to be, it leans into storytelling tropes a bit. The entire trope of a plot twist, I just wanted to explore in a song kind of fashion. And so that's where the idea kind of came from. It started out as something a little more silly and straightforward, and then I made it silly and not straightforward. Cornfield Crypto wants to know, did you write the lyrics on your own or did people help? I write all the lyrics to Bug Hunter songs. I definitely run ideas by people, but I don't solicit any. The most I'll do is I will solicit, do you like this line or not? But I will not accept alternates because songwriting is a puzzle to me, and I have all the words in the dictionary, and how can I arrange them into a way that makes a song? So I make it a point that I like that all my songs are written by me, So, anyways, I will give credit where credit is due. My mom suggested a lyric for Too Bad, Too Bath, and a Ghost. I'm trying to think what the old one was. It was the end of Too Bad, Too Bath, and a Ghost, where it says the ghost floating between them was his. I might have said something like darling old wife or darling something wife. And my mom was like, you should say darling dead wife. And I was like, well, yeah, I kind of thought of that, but I thought it might be too kind of like visceral and too like in your face. But after thinking about it, if my mother was like, you should say darling dead wife, I was like, well, the audience that I would not be wanting to go too far with that line would be like people like my mom. So if my mom's suggesting it, it's probably fine. So I will say that. Cornfield wants to know, do Kyle and Jesse know the words they're playing to, or is it a surprise to them too? I just I make them play, and embargo the lyrics, and they can't hear them until the song comes out. Yeah, no, it's really funny. I did used to play with a musician a very long time ago that would play shows with me, and then would be very surprised to hear what the lyrics were when he was actually reading them, because he was just more kind of existed on vibes. And some people are just like that. They don't really like process lyrics and songs. And even my wife watched the premiere with the lyric video on Thursday night. She's like, I did not know what some of those lyrics were. And I was like, that's funny. Connor wants to know, where does this song rank on your personal rankings, putting aside any audience opinions? I don't like to rank my songs, except I do. Let me see. Of just the new album, let's see where did I put this one? I have Shocking Plot Twist, dead middle, as far as kind of. And I don't know how I rank things. Like even internally, I'm not sure exactly how I'm ranking them. I don't know if I'm ranking them by like how I think people are going to like them, or how complete they feel, or how good of a job I did on like the execution of the idea, or what it is. I really it's hard to like peer into my own brain and think like why am I ranking these songs? But I'm just looking at my list right now, and I have put Shocking Plot Twist right in the middle of all the new albums songs. I don't know, compared to everything else. I have in my head 44 Bug Hunter songs, and it would be impossible to do that. So where does my dad have it? Yeah, I'll check. My dad has it at one spot above that, so fifth out of 11. So I make people rank things. Winpong wants to know, will we ever get to hear more of Harrison's story? I am not willing to say. Yeah, I don't know. The album comes out. So yeah, if you missed this, the album comes out on September 8th. We kind of announced that very kind of stealthily at the end of the lyric video. I think a lot of people actually missed it. But there's a little teaser screen at the end of the lyric video that we put out on Thursday that said the new album is coming out September 8th. So if you hadn't heard that news, welcome to the news. Which is a Friday. We're gonna be doing a album premiere on YouTube, same as we did last album, where we play the whole thing. On September 7th, probably around 6 p.m., maybe 7 p.m. On September 7th. So that's Pacific time. Eastern time, it'd be about 9 or 10. We'll do it around somewhere around there, and then it'll be out. So I might do an encore performance of it later on. I would love for UK folks to be able to experience a premiere. So maybe, I don't know, I have to think about it, about when we could do another one. Maybe we'll do it like, I don't know, Saturday or Sunday, I don't know. But I haven't looked into the full schedule, but I am working hard on getting all of that ready for September 8th. We only got less than a month to go, so. Cornfield Cryptid wants to know, do we get to see the video of Matt scream at some point? So yeah, if you didn't catch it, the part in Shocking Plot Twist where I do the big reveal, there is a primordial scream that gets unleashed, and that is just Matt from the Narcissist Cookbook. And we caught Matt screaming into a microphone. It was not like we didn't say, hey, we're gonna have you record a scream for this part. It's just something that Matt did, and we happened to get it on our mic in the studio when Matt was hanging out with us on the last day of recording the album. And I was like, I know exactly what to do with this. And I do have it on video because I was taking a video of us doing some crowd vocals right before that. for Shocking Plot Twist. We were doing the part in the middle that goes, it was a... and then as Jesse was walking back to the booth to turn the recording loop off, Matt just made that sound, and I was like, Jesse, please tell me that you hadn't hit stop yet. And we got it, but we also got it on video. And at some point, I have a lot of video from the studio that week, so I'll probably put together like a little 10-minute behind the scene thing, and that will definitely be included in it. So. Yeah, in the demo version of Shocking Plot Twist, there was like a little like comedic like boing effect, like boing boing. That was pretty funny, but once I heard that scream, I was like, that's it. That is the thing. Luciana wants to know, what's the name of the new album? Has not been revealed yet, but that reveal is right around the corner. So. Yeah, so the schedule between now and September 8th is, there's no real reason to be secret about it, but I'm following the same kind of pattern that I did for the Bigger Than Myself release. We released Pebbles 4 weeks before the album, and then we released Pine Cones 2 weeks before the album, and then we released the album. This 2-week cadence is completely because of Spotify, and there you can only submit a new song to the Release Radar playlist every 2 weeks. So we're just hoping to kind of make as big of a splash as we can with this album, because the better it does up front, the better it does long term. And so, obviously we want the album to do well so that we continue to make music and get another one. So. John brings up a really good point. So this album was funded on Kickstarter, and the album is going to come out before I do all the manufacturing for all the Kickstarter rewards, and I'm doing that because I could artificially move the album back so that it came out around the time that I was going to get all that stuff done, but I figured y'all would rather have the album out in the world before I got a bunch of shirts printed and CDs manufactured. My timelines for those are set, but the album is just ones and zeros, and so I can put it up on the internet whenever. So my plan is that I would get all the Kickstarter fulfillment stuff done in September, and hopefully be shipping things back out by late September, early October. At the latest, with the exception of the vinyls. The vinyls will take 4 or 5 months to make, and those will come later on, could be early next year. And then, Ghosty brings up when are the rough draft vinyls going to get here. They are shipping to me now, so they have been created, and I have them on the way. So once they get here, the earliest that I can ship them out is going to be August 24th. So hopefully those should be arriving end of August, potentially before the new album comes out, which is cool. I've heard the test press. It sounds very good. And if you want a rough draft vinyl, those are still on sale on my website. They're in limited supply now, so there's a finite number of them coming to me, and so they can sell out. But Connor wants to know, is the album produced and mixed by Bug Hunter, or is it done by an outside source? I produced the album myself. So we recorded it in a studio called Robert Lang Studios. It's where Nirvana recorded their last album. Downtown by Macklemore was recorded there. Death Cab has done some work there. Basically any big Seattle band has recorded there. Foo Fighters have done a lot of work there. I feel like I saw Kesha did one. Presidents of the United States of America did their self-titled album there. Anyways, so we recorded it there, but it's Jesse actually is doing a study program there, and so we just had some free studio time. He got like 3 free days of studio time, so we were able to capitalize on that and use that for recording this album. And then I took all the files home and have mixed it at home. So actually, that's a really good point. Shocking Plot Twist is the first Bug Hunter song that was recorded in that studio. So Two Bed, Two Bath, and a Ghost we recorded remotely because it was just bass and cajon, and Kyle just recorded the cajon in his closet. But Shocking Plot Twist is actually Kyle's drum debut for Bug Hunter, because Bigger Than Myself was also recorded remotely, and so we did a lot of kind of MIDI drums and stuff because it was the middle of COVID. So Shocking Plot Twist, if you like how it sounds, that is kind of going to be the bass line for the rest of the album. So. Gord wants to know if the vinyls are full-size ones. I think so. I don't know a lot about vinyls, but like I think if the two options are like the 7-inch and like full-sized, they're full-sized. They're like, I went as like standard down the middle as like possible, because yeah, deviating with such a kind of a small order relatively would have been costly. So. Coin is asking me when the next Galloway album is coming out. I wish I knew. I've heard some new Galloway stuff, and it's fantastic, but I don't know Jesse's timelines. And I don't think, when you say next Galloway album, I don't think Galloway has even released a full album. I think it's just been a bunch of singles. So I'm eagerly awaiting a full release as well. So. Anyways, cool. Are we heading back to the wheel? Seems like we are. Let's do the wheel. We got, what does that look like? It looks like etc. to you. Yeah. Etc. Well, now would have been a really good time to play Shocking Plot Twist, huh? That's part of etc. Etc. is currently Two Bed, Two Bath, and a Ghost, and a couple of Surge of Confidence songs. I guess several people were asking for Boomerang. That falls under etc. Yeah, I don't remember the song, but if y'all want to help me out, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna forget the lyrics, so if anybody can help me out when I mess them up, and I'll just stall. It's fine. This is an old song. It's off of Surge of Confidence, and it's the I think it's the oldest song that I've written that is actually like up on the internet. It's the 22nd song I ever wrote. It's called Boomerang. Well, I just saw you last night, but I'm thinking now of you and I in your room and in my room respectively. And I'll walk you home at night, no matter how you try to fight. My best attempts at old school chivalry. We'll have to rearrange, the seating chart might have to change, so I might end up sitting next to you. A scary movie's on and you and I, we get along. If you need to hold my hand, that's what we'll do. Anybody's got the first line of the next verse, that would help me immensely. I'll have it from just the first line. Oh yeah, thank you. Appreciate you, Mars. But it's true we've only one, so while we're both still having fun, sweep the footnotes underneath the rug. We'll throw a blanket on, deny that anything is wrong, build a home inside the hole dug. And I'll choose just to give up my spare time gratefully if it means I get to spend it here with you. I don't see the appeal of denying how I feel. There's nothing quite as as hopeful as the truth. You pull on my heart like it's the moon on that boomerang that you just threw. I feel at home when I'm with you, but you never knew. So I'll bleed my pens all dry and sharp until my pencils die. No, let's see. It's write a song. I'm very close. Yeah. And I'll reduce our lives to rhymes and amend these lyrics 30 times. It'll capture how I feel inside a song. And I'll bleed my pens all dry and sharp until my pencils die. My words were in your smile all along. Is that what it is? That's weird. You pull on my heart like it's the moon on that boomerang that you just threw. I feel at home when I'm with you. Hey, thanks. So that is sort of Boomerang. Look at that. Yeah. That's just kind of the deal with the streams. If you ask for an old song and you really want it, and I don't know it, I'm just gonna play it. So that is a song called Boomerang. And Luciano is asking, where do I find this album and song? And also prompted me with the lyrics, so I'm getting a little mixed messages from Luciano, but it's a song called Boomerang. It's off an album called Surge of Confidence. It was something I released before Bug Hunter, when I just had an album under just the name Bug. I intended for Bug to be my band name from basically the start, but we shared a Spotify page with 7 other Bugs when it came out, so anyways, then I ended up changing the band name to Bug Hunter and kind of treated Torn Between a Couple as my first album, which I stand by. Surge of Confidence, I'm very proud of, but it's got some, you know, it's not the first album that I want anybody to hear when they look up Bug Hunter. So you only get people's attention for so long, and I think Making Up Words is a much better introduction to who we are and what our sound is and what I'm doing, more so than Surge of Confidence. So it's a fun little Easter egg for people to find now. There you go. I've rewritten a few of those songs. Headlights is on that album, and a rewritten version of it was eventually released on Bigger Than Myself 5 years later. So Before I Give It Up and Call It Done. There you go. Yep. Good old. You get some old lyrics when I'm just trying to figure out how to play the old songs. Yeah. I'm glad I changed that line. Cool. Anyways, I've also rewritten a song on there called The Chase. I play it on my streams every once in a while, and a song called Swallowing Gum, which I play at some live shows occasionally. I might get around to releasing them at some point, but yeah, I played Swallowing Gum in Atlanta because I knew that there was a weird amount of YouTube stream watchers at that show, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna play it anywhere, I guess I'll play it here. I played it at the VIP pre-show event, so it's a good song, and the new version of it I think is even stronger. The original version was pretty good, but I stand behind the new version quite a bit. So cool. Fred has not heard the new version. Yeah, it's definitely hidden in my stream somewhere. I've probably played it like a dozen times on streams. So just start clicking randomly on my live streams, and you'll find it. I have a public Google sheet of all my set lists I've ever played since my literal first show. So if if you wanted to go check that out and find a stream where I played it and then go back, that would also be probably faster. It's very good. All right, let's do a little more cozy Q&A. I'll talk a little bit more about the new album. If people have questions about it, I'm getting a little more loosey-goosey with what I talk about as we get closer. Yeah, we will have another new song out. In 12 days, right? So yeah, 2 weeks from Friday. So which I'm excited about that one too. It's gonna be you know, y'all know Bug Hunter by now. You know that the same album can have Deserve Me and Boogie Pete literally 2 songs away from each other. So you know, Shocking Plot Twist is its own thing. The next song will be different tone, different style, different, you know, all that. So Ghosty wants to know if there's any sad songs on the new album, and I'm not willing to kind of color what the album's going to be like too much. I'd say the only thing I'll say is that overall, in general, as an average, the new album is probably my most kind of upbeat album. I think BTM, kind of by its nature of what it was about, having, you know, Headlights, Hide and Seek, Take It Back, Waving Goodbye, all kind of more kind of sitting around in my feelings kind of songs, was if Bigger Than Myself was my least upbeat album, this new album will be my most upbeat album. But that's having said that, you know, it's a Bug Hunter album. So Coin wants to know, Taylor Swift cover update. Yes, it has been recorded. I've just been really busy, and I'm waiting for a moment to sit down and edit the audio and the video together. So yeah, so that it has been done. So Connor wants to know, when writing an album, do you have a through line for the album in mind, or is it just a collection of what comes to your head? It depends. So Torn Between a Couple was at the time very much about kind of just whatever I wanted to write songs about at the time, and as Jams has written an essay about it, finding kind of like these connections between all these songs that some of them I didn't intend, but I totally see that they are like so valid, and like you know, I wrote that album at a time where I literally, like, and it's why this album title spoke to me. I was literally in between kind of 2 worlds of kind of working my day job and then spending every evening either writing songs, working on songs, recording songs, or playing open mics around Seattle, and not really understanding like why I was doing it, because I had no aspirations that I would ever you know, I'd never be a full-time musician or a songwriter. I was just kind of doing it because it made me feel good. So anyways, there's a lot in the album that is such a clear snapshot into me from like 22 to 25, that is, yeah, definitely there. The rough draft has a common theme that I found, and there's a kind of a self growth progression to the songs that exist. Bigger Than Myself is a very purposely written as a album, kind of surrounding the song Take It Back, where there's 4 songs before Take It Back and there's 4 songs after Take It Back, and they all kind of mirror each other in very purposeful ways. And then this new album, I had a theme idea for the album of kind of what I wanted each song to individually be, and then as I was writing it, it became clear that there was a way that all of the songs connected that really resonated with me, and so then I got about halfway done writing the album, and then the second half of writing the album had a bigger direction and a bigger purpose that I headed straight for, and I feel like I accomplished what I was trying to do with it. So, yeah. So I think I intended to write my fourth album a little bit more like Torn Between a Couple, of just kind of like a bunch of unrelated songs, but just different things I wanted to say and talk about, and stories I wanted to tell. But then I found something as I was going there, and was able to tie things together. So. Why is everyone crying? Holy Banana wants to know if there's any fast, upbeat songs like Who I'm Singing To and Disco in the Panic Room. There is a song for sure. There's a few. There's a song, the one that's coming out here in the next single is much more in that vein. There's a part of this upcoming song that it might be the fastest and like most internal rhyme of any song I've written so far. Kind of like, it's a bit like the end of Making Up Words, that last little bit of Making Up Words that's like about 4 lines, but it's like 14 lines instead. And yeah, it's in that ballpark, it's in that world. So Heavy-handed fan says, ever since Thursday, my kid has been singing Shocking Plot Twist every time something goes wrong. Why you gotta make the choruses so catchy? Yeah, I really, y'all don't even know yet. I found some melodies on this album that are just about the catchiest. I mean, Robert, I'm So Sorry, Shocking Plot Twist are two of, but maybe even not the most catchy things on this album. I think there's 2 or 3 other snippets that have wriggled their way into my brain in a way that y'all are gonna have to also live with here in about a month. So welcome to my world. Anyways, everybody's crying and talking about tomatoes. I don't even know if I'm in control of my own stream right now. Cornfield wants to know, have you ever cried on stage, and if so, how do you recover from it? I tend not to. The closest I've gotten to, I think, was in Richmond about 3 weeks ago when I was playing hide and seek. This is not a song that I play live, basically ever, but I realized about 3 shows before the tour ended that I was 4 songs shy of playing my entire discography at least once on the tour. And so I was like, well, that means I gotta play hide and seek at some point. And so I played hide and seek in Richmond, and I played hide and seek, and I struggled getting through the last little bit of it. So anyways, and then I just moved on, because I am performing, I can't stop the show. So I think I moved from hide and seek to something a little more. I think I might have played Too Bad, Too Bad Than a Ghost, something that I couldn't help but have more fun playing. So, anyways. Coin wants to know, for the album premiere live stream, will you tell us the song names at the start of the stream or each song name when they start? I plan to announce the track list ahead of time. Shocking Plot Twist was a rare song where I didn't give the name ahead of time, and the only reason I didn't give the name ahead of time is because I didn't want people to ideate and think about and come up with what a song by Bug Hunter called Shocking Plot Twist how it might go, because the more time people had to kind of think about what that song could be, the more likely that they might end up not being surprised by how it went. So I really played Shocking Plot Twist close to the chest because I just wanted to make sure that everybody had as fun of a first time listening to it as possible. And I feel like coming up with a bunch of theories about how the song went for a week ahead of time might have not been as much fun as just experiencing it. So I plan on doing kind of like release a song title every day for like a week or whatever. so that people will kind of know going in what to expect. So, dun, 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 dun. Luciano wants to know, what's the biggest crowd you played to on this tour? That was our Seattle show. We had 360 people there. Yeah, that was going from the show before that. Literally, the show before that was in Toronto about a month before the Seattle show, and that at that time the Toronto show was the biggest show I'd ever played at like 94 people. So we jumped from 94 to 360, literally show to show. And then other shows on this tour that we played, it was 260 in Denver, we had 250 in Brooklyn, 250 in Dallas, 200 in St. Louis, 200 in Columbus, 200 in Chicago. But I think all of those were limited by just the venue size. I think Chicago could have gone up to 400. Boston we actually did 140, and then we did 200 back-to-back nights. So if we had had one venue, we would have been able to do at least 340, probably more, because both of those also sold out ahead of time. I think Boston and Chicago would have been probably 400 plus at those shows if I had been able to find venues big enough. So. So yeah, we've had a lot of big shows. It's been great. Very excited as to keep it growing. I think next year we'll probably break 500, somewhere, which is exciting. So, Monty wants to know, what's your next big goal for yourself and your music career after this album release? I don't know. I've been thinking about this for too long. Obviously, the goal is to keep it going. I don't have these crazy aspirations to. I'm not like, oh, I'm going to take over the world with my music. I'm going to be the next Taylor Swift. As long as I can keep doing it, like, what's there to worry about? It feels great to be able to play music for people. I played shows on this tour for 60 people. I played shows on this tour for 360 people. I had fun in different ways at all of those shows. So I can continue to do this as long as people keep showing up to shows and streaming my music and supporting in different ways. So, I am focused on just continuing to make great music that people want to hear and want to listen to, and as long as I can do that, that's great. So will I tour next year? Definitely. I'll definitely tour next year. I don't know to what extent, but we got to tour a little bit every year to keep the machine running. So. Fred wants to know, I'm scared once the hoodies come up at the store, I'll be too late to get one because I have a feeling they'll be sold out. Do I have good news for you? The way we do hoodies is we do a hoodie pre-order drive every year. Normally in September. I don't know if that's going to be affected by releasing the album. It might just be too much kind of going on at once to be like, hey, there's a new album. Also, we're doing hoodies. Also, order our, the vinyl for it. It just feels like a lot. So maybe it might be the second half of September rather than the first 2 weeks. And we take orders for hoodies, and then we take the orders for 2 weeks, and that's when we order all the hoodies for all the people who bought them. So it's literally impossible for them to sell out. They cannot sell out. You can order, people, if you want to order 10,000 hoodies, I will then order 10,000 hoodies, which it will not be 10,000. I think we're growing every year. I think last year we did about like 85, which is enough. I think 35 is kind of like the minimum viable. Like we won't lose money on selling 35. But we've reached that every year, so that's been good. So yeah, don't worry about it as long as you see the drive in like the 2 weeks that we do it. I think I'll just say we'll just do the last 2 weeks of September. That should be easy. And then hopefully we'll get those made and then to me, and then I'll get them back out to everybody before hopefully by November. So. And they're very good hoodies. I don't mess around with the hoodies. Will there be a notification in the Discord? Yeah, I'll do a ping to the sub news roll. So, but yeah, if you do miss that window, then that's it. That's all the hoodies we do for the year. And like I said, it's just because we have to have a minimum number, and so collecting them all at once is really the only way that we can make hoodies happen at our scale. So. wants to know, shocking plot is inspired by the real discovery of the Thrinaxodon and the Brumastega, called the Triassic Cuddle, similar to Harrison and the other. No, I just kind of made that up. I've had a few people, I think, bring this up to me, where there's something about two dinosaurs found kind of in a combat, locked in combat, maybe was what it was. But anyways, no, I didn't hear about that. I'm just making things up. Connor says there's a common joke that when an artist says they're doing a Canadian tour, it's literally just Toronto and Vancouver, maybe Montreal. If you do Canadian shows, would you go to more? Here's the problem with the fact that it's a common joke is it's very expensive to go on tour. And if enough people don't come to a show, you don't make any money. And if you don't make any money, you can't go on tour, because you have to. If you don't make money, then you can't do it. Toronto and Vancouver and maybe Montreal are the cities where there are a lot of people. And when there are a lot of people, more people will come to your shows. So Canada plans currently, if I was saying, hey, we're going to come to Canada, those would also be the cities that I'd have to target. In the same way that when I go to Washington State, I go to Seattle, not Tacoma, not, what's the capital of Washington? Olympia. No. I've already forgotten. There's just where there's more people. That's where, I can get, if I can get 400 people into a room and play a show, versus if I play in like a small town, maybe like 15 or 20 people will come out, and, there's so much overhead, with van rentals and travel and planning and renting venues. The problem is that you rent a venue in Seattle and that person gets paid some amount of money, but a theater in a small town in the middle of nowhere, also they need to be paid for their rental. And so that's why you'll see kind of larger, more established acts that will bring people out who maybe even don't know who they are, where we're not at that stage, right? If we just announce that we're playing a show, only Bug Hunter fans show up. It's not like the community is just like, oh yeah, there's an indie band coming to town. Let's gather the family and we'll go see them. It's very, very rare for that to happen. We might have one person every other show be like, yeah, I was just Googling things to do in the city and just saw this and was like, yeah, I'll come. That's very, very rare. I have collected names of other cities that I've another band, a friend of mine is a band called Hotel Mira. They are Canada based originally. So I actually was just talking with Charlie the other day and got a list of other Canadian cities that they've toured in, for the same reason. I was like, hey, if I can look into it and maybe find some smaller spots, what do you recommend? So I have a list of about 10 cities outside of those. I can't make any promises, but I'm thinking about it, because I know that there is a grand swath of land between those cities that if you live in between, it's like saying, oh, I live in Denver and the closest show is Chicago. It's like, that's very far. So cool. Hey, I've gone over my time. I've forgot how time worked. How about we do this? This is the first stream since we released the new song. So why don't I get it going? This will either crash and burn, because I have very little experience playing this song. It's funny that y'all have heard it and it's out there in the world, but I've only performed this song one time, and it was at Nashville, the very last show of the tour, because I wanted to have one audience reaction to it before the whole world knew it. This song is in classic Bug Hunter style. I cannot write a chorus that repeats, and every chorus is different in this song, and so sometimes I lose my place of where I'm at. I'm gonna do my best, and if I mess it up, then what can you do? This is our newest song. If you haven't heard it yet, I'm putting the spoiler warning back into the comments. If you just joined us and for whatever reason you haven't heard this song, it's just a baby. It's only 3 days old. But this song is called Shocking Plot Twist, and it's about Harrison and all his luck. Harrison had a perfect life with a big backyard and a red meat diet. He was always on time and he never cried, didn't pose or boast or showboat. Even though Harrison had a perfect life, prayed every day, and he loved his wife. He could count on nothing ever going wrong for him until his wife left him for a vegetarian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was a shocking plot twist. We've heard before, he had it all, then lost it to an herbivore when the unexpected wrecks you at your best. Well, you may get up, but you can't make it make sense. But Harrison had great support. Friends helped him out through his divorce. They said, just get back on the horse. He said, don't know what that means. Harry got me and bought a telescope. Took it to the top of the hill to be alone. When he saw a shooting star and made a little wish on it for hope. But then the news came on and said it was a comet headed straight for Earth. It was a shocking plot twist. All hope was lost, and from now on he'll not wish on giant rocks when the unexpected wrecks you once again. Well, you may get up, but you can't make it make sense. But instead of being shocked by the imminent apocalypse, he caught a little gossip around the office about a rocket ship, and all he had to do was forge a couple little documents to get the seat on the rescue ship. But when Harry snuck in to modify the manifest, he got caught by someone he did not expect, the pesky vegetarian, Harry's very nemesis from earlier in the song. It was a shocking plot twist. So, Harry hid the body and he headed straight home. His final meal eaten and his baggage all stowed. Tomorrow he was leaving and Harrison was raring to go. And then he accidentally set his alarm for PM instead of AM. So the rocket ship took off without him. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was a shocking plot twist. Left on the ground, he had it all and got kicked. Well, he was down when the unexpected wrecks your last defense. Well, you may get up, but you can't make it make sense. So Harrison watched the rocket ship fly away while a single tear rolled down his cheek and hit the ground 12 feet below. His cute neighbor with the weird neck came over and said, I can't believe we're going to experience the first comet-based mass extinction event in our planet's history. She said, what position do you want to be found in? By the humans in 65 million years, that's right. This whole time, Harrison was a dinosaur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was a shocking plot twist. He was a T-Rex and you all never saw this coming, I bet. But the unexpected Rex is hard to guess. When you make it up and you make it make no sense. So Harrison, he died that day. Then we dug him up and put him on display. The scientist could not explain why he was hugging a brontosaurus. So there's just one thing left to twist our prehistoric biases. If you assume someone's like you, be warned. They might actually be a dinosaur. Thanks, everybody. Hey, I didn't mess it up. I did choke on my own breath at one point, but I didn't actually forget the words, so thanks. Appreciate that. That's Shocking Plot Twist. That's our newest song. I'm glad y'all like it. It's very fun to play, and I'm very excited to play it at live shows, because we always do have tag-alongs at live shows. So it's going to be a thing where 90% of the audience is going to know the song and know where it's going, and 10% will have no idea, and I'm excited about that. So yeah, so that's Shocking Plot Twist. Let me give you a little live update here. I know we got over 10,000 streams earlier this morning. I think I took a screenshot at like 10,020. We are at currently 10,220. So it's been even 200 more since then, which is great. Appreciate y'all keeping up the momentum on that. And like I said, there's going to be another new song in about 12 days. I'm not going to be as secretive about it as Shocking Plot Twist, just because, I don't need to be. Hey, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out at my stream, my little Sunday stream. This will be my last stream for a little bit. I'm going on a little trip next week, so I won't be back. It'll probably be about 2 weeks before I stream again. So I think you actually, I don't think I'll see. No, that's not true. I'll see y'all before the new song releases. I'll do a stream before then. So, but it will be like right before. Super fun to hang out. Thanks everybody for all your support and all your kind words about the new song. It felt like a big kind of swing to throw out there, and not knowing how people were going to react to it. We're thrilled. Everyone in Bug Hunter is thrilled. Thank you for being so kind and going out of your way to tell me. I know it takes time to just write the words out to an artist that you like their song. But I've read every single one, every comment, every story response in the Discord and everything. I've read everything. I went back even when the Discord and the YouTube streams were just like going a million miles an hour. I went back and I like scrolled through one by one and read every comment, just because it means the world to me that y'all take the time to tell me, and so I want to make sure that y'all are seen. So awesome. I will see y'all in a couple weeks. Thanks for coming to my stream, and go listen to Shocking Plot Twist more, or show it to your friends and watch their reactions, because after you've heard it once, that's, I think, my then favorite thing to do. So cool. Have a great rest of your day.